Have you ever wondered how we, humans, went from being just another animal in the wild to the dominant species on this planet? We're not the strongest, fastest, or toughest creatures out there. So what was our secret weapon? The answer is surprisingly simple, yet it changed everything. It started with a rock. Picture this. About 3.3 million years ago, somewhere on the plains of Africa, one of our early ancestors picked up a stone. But they didn't just throw it. They took another stone and struck it, intentionally chipping off a piece to create a sharp edge. This seemingly small act was a giant leap for humankind. This was the birth of technology. These first tools, which we call Old Dowan tools, were basic. They were just sharp flakes knocked off a coarse stone. But for our ancestors, like Australopithecus, they were revolutionary. Suddenly, they had a way to slice through tough animal hides and get to the calorie-rich meat and marrow inside. This was a game-changer for their diet. Before this, they were mostly plant-eaters, maybe scavenging whatever leftovers they could find. With stone tools, they became active butchers, accessing a powerful new food source that would fuel the development of our most important organ, the brain. You see, brains are incredibly energy-hungry. That extra protein and fat from meat provided the fuel needed for our brains to grow larger and more complex over millions of years. This wasn't just a dietary shift, it was the spark that ignited our cognitive evolution. Tools made us smarter, and getting smarter allowed us to make even better tools. It was a powerful feedback loop. As our ancestors' brains grew, so did their ingenuity. About 1.7 million years ago, a new tool emerged, far more advanced than the simple Old Dowan choppers. Meet the Aculine hand axe. These were symmetrical, teardrop-shaped tools, carefully crafted on both sides to create a sharp, durable edge all the way around. Creating a hand axe required planning, foresight, and a high degree of skill. You couldn't just bash two rocks together. You had to have a mental template of the final product and execute a series of precise strikes to achieve it. The hand axe was the Swiss Army knife of the Stone Age. It could be used for butchering large animals, digging up edible roots, chopping wood, and even as a projectile. Its versatility allowed early humans, like Homo erectus, to adapt to and thrive in a wide range of environments. This new technology empowered them to leave Africa and spread across Asia and Europe. The hand axe wasn't just a tool, it was a passport to the world. For over 1 million years, the hand axe was the pinnacle of technology. Think about that. A single tool design dominated the globe for a period of time that makes all of recorded human history look like a blink of an eye. This shows just how effective and revolutionary it was. It represents a new level of cognitive ability, the ability to think in abstract ways and impose a preconceived design onto a natural object. Then, around 300,000 years ago, another major innovation took place. This was the Levallois technique, a truly brilliant method of toolmaking. Instead of just shaping a rock into a tool, our ancestors, including Neanderthals and early Homo sapiens, learned to prepare the core stone in a very specific way. They would meticulously shape the core, almost like sculpting it, to predetermine the shape of the flake they were about to strike off. With one final, precise blow, they could detach a flake that was already a finished tula, perfectly shaped spear point, knife, or scraper. This was manufacturing. It was efficient and produced standardized tools. They could get multiple, sharp, usable flakes from a single core stone, wasting far less material and time. This technique required even more planning and abstract thought than making a hand axe. It was like having a blueprint in your mind and executing it perfectly. These more refined tools, part of what we call the Mousterian industry, gave their makers a huge advantage. They could create specialized spear points for more effective hunting of large game. They could craft sharp scrapers for cleaning hides to make clothing and shelters. This level of technology allowed Neanderthals and early modern humans to survive in the harsh climates of Ice Age Europe. They weren't just surviving, they were thriving. The story of stone tools is the story of the human mind unfolding. Each new technique reveals a more complex, more capable brain at work. From the simple old-down flakes that opened up a new world of food, to the versatile Acheulean hand axe that carried us out of Africa, to the sophisticated Laval waste points that made us master hunters. These humble stones are the foundation upon which all later human achievements were built. Without the ability to shape our environment, to create tools to solve problems, there would be no agriculture, no cities, no writing, no computers. It all started with that first spark of ingenuity, the realization that we could transform a simple rock into a tool that would give us power over nature. The next time you see a simple stone, remember its incredible legacy. It's not just a rock. It's a symbol of human innovation, the first chapter in our epic journey of becoming who we are today. The journey from stone to silicon, from the hand axe to the smartphone, all began with that first sharp edge. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this journey back in time fascinating, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about how we became human. See you in the next one.